And we all know the media is biased. Everybody knows the media is biased. And I do not like the media at all. I'll tell you that right now. I hold the media responsible for Wounded Knee. That's right. You know, I'll tell you how that worked too. Stand by one. Now, brothers, I don't remember the names, okay? But there was a BIA agent in charge of that particular area. And he was new, and he was just paranoid, man. The one before him was okay. He was trying to do his job, and he got moved out of there. And the one they put in there was just paranoid. He was just scared there was going to be an uprising. He was going to lose his hair any minute. Well, he kept writing for more support and more soldiers, you know, to make sure that he was safe, basically. But he would keep saying, you know, there's a potential uprising, blah, blah, blah. And all the Indians were actually doing was dancing. There was an Indian named Wavoka, and he was from another tribe even, but all the other tribes listened to him. He was a very wise man, and he was for peace, but he kept telling people that if you would dance this particular dance, you know, it could bring back the buffalo, and the white people would leave. Well, you know, everybody bought into that. I mean, it was their last hope. And let me tell you something. When you're on your last hope, you'll buy almost anything. Anything to hang on to. You know, it's that last straw. So the Indians are dancing. That's all they're doing. And this paranoid fool is writing the president and everything else. Well, the president sends a brigade of cavalry out there. And the press, in the meantime, the press that are all standing around there waiting for a big Indian uprising, they're all making stuff up because nothing's going on. You know, the Indians are dancing, but basically it's boring. There's nothing going on. And this is the way the media is to this day. They will generate sensationalism to sell newspapers, to sell their publications and anything they're doing. And they'll generate sensationalism. They'll fabricate it, and that's exactly what they did. It's a documented fact that the press were getting together in the barracks right next to the battalion headquarters there at the fort. Every morning they would get together and decide what they were going to print, what they were going to send back to print, in other words, for the people on the East Coast to read. And they would make stuff up. If 2 or 3 soldiers went out on a ride, it was soldiers go out to intercept renegade Indians. You know, instead of soldiers going out on a routine patrol and nothing happening, soldiers on horseback, cavalry ride out to intercept renegade warring Indians. You know, they're in war paint. They're dancing the war dance. Well, they're dancing the ghost dance is what they're dancing. They're trying to bring back the buffalo and make the white people go away. And that's how it happened, man. They kept instigating the situation. And eventually, ooh boy, that's some smoky stuff right there. That's the way I like it too. Eventually, the people on the East Coast were just eating it up, and there was public outcry, and the president sent more soldiers down there. And then, you know, the rest of the story, one thing led to another. You know, they go to tell them to quit dancing and want to take their rifles away, and somebody says, I paid for this rifle, and the soldier grabs it, and it discharges, and the shot's fired, and that's how it happens right there. So I blame the media for almost, you name it. If it's crooked, they have something to do with it. I do not like them. I do not like them. I do not like reporters or journalists because there's no integrity in it anymore. Man, I think these burgers are just about to my liking. I'm going to take them in and put some medium cheddar cheese on them. Notice they're little bitty. Good night. They really shrunk up. That's because I bought the cheap hamburger meat. You're going to pay for that in the end. Basically, you buy that cheap hamburger meat, the lowest cost, and half of it's going to disappear in grease. So there's a lesson. There's a lesson to you right there. That's all that's left on an 8-inch plate. Anyway, guys, I'm going to throw some cheese on these and throw them in my mouth. Roger? I'll be back. Yes, sir. I do love those automatic firearms and the hot ladies that shoot them. That's kind of like chicks and jeeps, you know what I mean? There's something about that combination that's hard to beat. I'm out here gonna sock my little squirrel getter out and maybe take me home a couple of squirrels and throw them on some stuffing, some sweet potatoes. I do not hunt the little furry critters. I assassinate them. That's my little squirrel getter right there, guys. Yeah, this here's my little squirrel getter, fellas. This is my Ruger 1022. Yes. That's a 9x40 on there. It's a variable. It's got a dual color sniper reticle, illuminated sniper reticle, and laser sighting. And that's my little squirrel getter. Like I said, I do not hunt them. I assassinate them. Roger. Stand by one.
Jackson was determined to change Washington and America, and he did so with lightning speed.
The first major piece of legislation that he recommended and got passed was the Indian Removal Act of 1830.
This act empowered Jackson to forcibly evict all the Indian tribes living east of the Mississippi River. 5 Indian nations were directly affected. Of the 5, the Cherokee tribe, located in Georgia, chose to fight the eviction in a surprising way.
Instead of going on the warpath the way their fathers and grandfathers might have done, this generation of Cherokee Indians took Georgia to court.
The case went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. In an historic decision, Chief Justice John Marshall ruled in favor of the Cherokee, saying they did not have to move. But Andrew Jackson thought differently.
Jackson said of Marshall, he made his ruling, now let him enforce it.
The result was that they were rounded up at gunpoint and forced to move. Their property was seized, and they were forced west. Of course, on the Cherokees' forced march, about 1 out of every 4 Cherokees died en route, which is why they call it the Trail of Tears.
It is, without a doubt, the most controversial decision Jackson would make in his career, and is one of the saddest chapters in American history.
Well, I don't know how the squirrels are where you guys are at, but they're suicidal in my neck of the woods. I mean, they'll dart out in the middle of the road, and then they'll stop, and they'll look this way and run that way, and you don't know which direction they're going to go. So they're crazy. But I didn't have any luck. I'm not making any excuses. I could have outweighted that one. I mean, if I'd had my zero gravity recliner, I could have just sat right up there and waited for him to come out. But once they Once they get a line on you, man, they know you're there. They'll just be peeking over that limb, just looking at you, and every bit of their body will be on the other side of that tree where you can't see them. And they'll hang there and wait till you leave. So they're pretty smart little critters. But anyways, no luck today, but I'll get them next time, guys. Ooh, that was a big bird that just flew over. We're in eagle territory right here. Well, hey, let's have a little levity.
Hi. Hi. My name is Yakov Sphere. I am a comedian from Russia. Thank you very much. I want to explain you what happened to that airplane. I am actually from Russia. I was born there, grew up there, worked as a comedian out there. What surprises me, American people don't know we have comedy in Russia. We have comedians. They're there. They're dead. They're there. It's very hard to do comedy in Soviet Union. You have to write out all your material and you send it to Department of Jokes. I'm not making this up. They send it back to you censored. You have to stay with the script. You cannot improvise. If someone heckles you from the audience, you can't say like, your mother wears army boots. Because she probably does. And she will hurt you. Good thing about doing comedy in Russia, you have captured audience. They're not going anywhere. You gotta be very selective, very careful with what jokes you say. If you say like, take my wife please, you get home, she's gone. I realized that I wanted to get out of Russia. It's not easy to get out because you apply for a visa, but they give you MasterCard. Yeah. There are no things like American Express. They give you Russian Express. Don't leave home. Finally, I got an answer, get out. And my first stop in America was in Cleveland, Ohio. Anybody from Cleveland by chance? Anybody? They made me feel at home in Cleveland, so I had to escape again. Now, I make fun of Cleveland because everybody makes fun of Cleveland. Is that correct? I mean, every country has one city people make fun of. In Russia, we used to make fun of Cleveland. Then I got to New York. New York was great. I walked out of the airplane. I saw my name written, big letters, Smirnoff. America loves Smirnoff. I said to myself, what a country. I didn't speak English. It was hard, you know. Everybody was telling me different things to do. You know, people would say, you're going to learn Pidgin English first and you'll be fine. So I used to go to parks. And I learned... Then I learned how to crop on windshields. A friend of mine said, I quit smoking cold turkey. Whatever makes you happy. What do you smoke now, ham? I was reading newspaper. The ad in the paper said, big sale last week. Now, why advertise? I already missed it. They're just rubbing it in. Another ad in the paper said, we guarantee our furniture and we stand behind it for 6 months. That's the reason I left Soviet Union. I don't want people behind my furniture. I was in Nashville, Tennessee. That screwed me up completely. Those people check your hearing constantly. You come back, you hear. I heard it. I was working there in Nashville, and the club owner was a very nice guy, kind of a little weird, showed me around Nashville, showed me his farm. And he played practical joke at me. He let me milk his bull. Now, I learned something. You milk this animal once, you have a friend for life. He was following me around, going, you come back, you hear?
Going
Haven't really decided where to go yet, but I pretty much decided that I am going to do some fishing today. Still working on the tomahawk. I kind of messed it up. I had a guy come in here and give me trouble, and I got the bad spirits on me, and I wasn't using my creative mind and messed it up with a wood burner. Here, I'll show it to you. It looks kind of pretty elementary. Okay, there's the hawk, and as you can see, I kind of screwed it up with some real amateurish looking marks on there, so I gotta fix it. That won't be too much of a trouble. I'll get that fixed. I'm going to inlay some, like these burns here, I'm going to inlay some deeper marks like that all up and down the handle. And then I'm going to start about here, bring it back down to bare wood. All you'll be able to see is those burn marks in there. And then I'll put like a real deep red cherry stain on it. It ought to look really nice. Anyway, I wanted to re-emphasize to you guys that are watching this right now on Fat Daddy for Fun that Fat Daddy for Fun will not be here very much longer. So, you know, I hope you get the gumption to switch over to the Arbuckle Woodsman, because that's where all my videos are going to be from now on. And you've already missed a few videos I've uploaded there exclusively and not on Fat Daddy. So I hope you'll go over there to the Arbuckle Woodsman and resubscribe for me, because I do value all my subscribers. It isn't what it's about for me though. You know, I've told y'all before, I just like to make videos, and I'll make them if I have 20 subscribers, which is about what I have over there actually. I don't know, 20, 30, 40, somewhere in there. But I have a few hundred here on Fat Daddy, and I guess I did the last time I looked. And I guess those are all going to go away if you don't resubscribe over there at the Arbuckle Woodsman. The Arbuckle Woodsman, that's my channel. So I hope you'll do that for me. I love getting all y'all's comments. In any case, I don't have too much longer to do that. Do a cut test. That's what I like. I like to be able to shave the paper off. Push cutting, that's cool and all, but if it'll shave that top layer of paper, you know it'll do everything else. Alright my friends, I hope I see you over there at Arbuckle Woodsman. The Arbuckle Woodsman. That's A-R-B-U-C-K-L-E. Woodsman. Thanks guys. I'll be right back.
Inches, Dango. Hello, how are you? Guys, I am so glad to be back behind the camera and that storm season is over. Man, what a bust this year. Not a single tornado in my area. In my area of purview, anyway. And I stuck pretty close to home this year. I didn't go out of state chasing storms. I just did my local area for my community, and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad there was no significant damage and nobody was hurt or killed around my area. So what's new with my channel? Not a lot. Guys, I've been on this same job for the last 7 or 8 years, and y'all know the situation behind that. I moved down here, took the first job I came available. I worked hard at it. I've stayed at it. It's too risky to be job hopping around with Obama as the president. So I stick with a certain thing. It's certain, and I do a good job for them, and they keep my paycheck rolling. Roger. Still in the same place, same job. Everything's about the same on my channel now. I'll tell you one thing you are going to notice is there's a significant change in my attitude. And a lot of you know that I'm kind of getting back in touch with my native roots and tribal contacts, and I'm trying to pick up the language better. I know I know how to speak a little bit. I want to be really proficient at it, so I'm really working at that, and I'm trying to pick up Spanish at the same time, which makes it even harder. That's one of the things I'm really endeavoring into. But as far as my attitude goes, I found a lot of mistruths that I was taught as a child and a kid in school, and it's really disappointing. But I mean, everybody knows about the Trail of Tears and stuff, but I had no idea the extent the government went to eradicate the Native American, and it's kind of pissed me off, to tell you the truth. If you want to know about my attitude, I'm not the patriot that I was in 2011. But I'm kind of enjoying looking for my grandma's house and taking a little drive around here and reminiscing. That's all. Just thought I'd bring you along, cue it up real quick, let you know what I'm doing over here. Like I said, as far as the channel update, about the only thing that's changed is my attitude. That doesn't sound good, does it? But I'm the same old wolf. I just know a little more than I learned a little more than I wanted to know. That's all. I learned the harsh truth of things, and I'm just a little bit different thinking about it now. I'm pretty down on the United States government, especially under the current administration. We got a fella up there that thinks he's king. But yeah, man, y'all are on a tour with me. We're looking for my grandmother's house. Roger? Sad deal. We'll just have to wait him out and get rid of him first chance we get. This is it right here. I know this anywhere. This is it. Oh yeah, this is it. 2183 Hewitt. There used to be a willow tree in the front yard. I bet you there's an above ground cellar out back. I'm gonna try and drive up that alleyway. I want to see that backyard. I'm pretty sure that was it. And it is on Hewitt Street. I don't know why I thought it was on Ash. Yeah, there's nobody to oversee the President of the United States, so he can look. Yeah, there is an alley. I used to play back here, guys. There used to be rows and rows of honeysuckle back here. Yep, right back here in this alley. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be back here now. There it is, that's it. I used to sit right there on that, oh man, that's amazing. I used to sit right there on that cellar. Can y'all see that? That is really something. that little section right there, that was an add-on. Oh man, that is really something. I'm glad I come down this way. I am excited about that. Those are my antennas, by the way. I used to play right here where these kids are playing. I sure did. What's up, guys? I'm gonna put y'all on YouTube, okay? Yeah. Say hi, YouTube. Hi. We'll be right back. I wanted y'all to see this. This is honeysuckle. When I was a kid, we used to come back here and pull those little tulip flowers off and suck the honey right out of them. Boy, that's good stuff. Honeysuckle. Yep, that's the house for sure. I had to see all this to remember it. It's good to reminisce. It's good to reminisce. I've enjoyed this. Man, I'm glad y'all came along with me. I had a good time. That was yeah, I'm glad y'all came along with me. I really enjoyed it, and I had to get out. I didn't need to. There's a tag agency right where I live. I mean, just almost right across the street from where I work, where I get off in the morning at 8 o'clock. But I'd rather come down here and kind of drive around, look around a little bit, and I went in that other tag agency, and I was in and out of there. There used to be a swing on that porch, and I fell out of it one day and had to get 18 stitches in my head. Good memories right here. Good memories. Okay, well, like I said, man, I sure appreciate y'all coming along with me, and we'll be back. Okay, you guys are looking at some peach cobbler. This little container right here is just some barbecue sauce that comes with the meal, and order of fries there. And here's the sandwich I was talking about. There's not 1.5 pounds of meat on there, but that's a lot of dang meat. That probably is 1 pound of meat. I've heard stories there's even 2 pounds on it. I can tell you, I've eaten there 3 or 4 times, and I can tell you, this sandwich is smaller than it was when they opened. The last 2 or 3 times I've been there, the sandwich was huge. I mean, I made 2 meals out of it, and I'm a big guy. So this one, I'm sure I can make quick work of it. And the fries and the cobbler. But I just wanted to show you. Smoking Joe's, good stuff, really good meat. But it appears the economy has already nailed them. They're decreasing on their size of stuff, which is sad. I hate to see that kind of thing happen. All right, man. $13. Not too bad. All right, we'll be back. So remember, boys and girls, don't play around pump jacks. Don't play with blasting caps, Ouija boards, or liberals. This is Wolf, and I'm out.
Are you okay?